The caboose was possibly the most recognizable icon of American railroading for over a century. Just a few decades ago, you could find a caboose on the rear of every single freight train, but today they're just as obsolete as the steam locomotive.
Cabooses were perhaps the most recognizable icon of American railroading for over a century. So what happened to cabooses like the Central Vermont one behind me? Well, the answer is kind of complicated, and we're not going to go into that fully, but what we are going to do is check out some of the very cool uses for cabooses that I found in my travels around the Northeast. So let's dive in. Let's start right here in Swanton, Vermont. Our first stop is right here in Swanton, Vermont. Here we find a special case where a caboose is needed to make a revenue freight move. New England Central Caboose number 4044 runs about a mile every weekday between milepost 7 on the Swanton subdivision and Swanton itself, where there's no runaround for train 500 to use. The combination of a long, slow shove, unprotected crossing, and the awkward nature of the large chip gonds make this caboose not only a convenience, but a necessity. Not restricted to short lines and regionals, you can find cabooses being used for similar jobs on Class 1 railroads as well. I filmed a former caboose shoving platform on the CP here in Plattsburgh, and Wayside Railfan has spotted another on the BNSF in New Mexico. Caboose was designed for the train crew to ride in, so it's no surprise that scenic railroads around the country use them in a variety of ways. The Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway in Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania uses a caboose as a way to offer an affordable private car experience. The Cooperstown and Charlotte Valley and many other scenic railroads use cabooses for this purpose. While not a traditional part of the passenger train, riding a caboose is a great experience. As railroads retired cabooses from freight service, many were scrapped. Some, however, were purchased by individuals such as Ian McKellar. Ian purchased a caboose from Canadian National in 1995, and the following year it was moved from Winnipeg to Messina, New York. A Conrail local delivered the caboose to his home near Canton, where it was lifted off the rails and placed on a short section of track in Ian's backyard. The caboose now serves as both a display piece and a guest bedroom, and Ian even has an HO scale model of his caboose alongside his impressive Santa Fe collection. Ian's caboose turned guest house is a great way to preserve cabooses individually, but to see this done on an entirely new level, we need to head south. The Red Caboose Motel in Strasburg, Pennsylvania is possibly the most famous use of cabooses after their retirement. Made up of many former Pennsylvania Railroad cabooses and a handful of others, this motel is a wonderful place to spend the night in between foaming at the Strasburg Railroad. If you're like me and think the Strasburg is highly overrated, you can find caboose motels all over the country, but none on the scale of the Red Caboose. If you're from New England, like many of my viewers, check out individual cabooses in Chester and Palmer. As you can see, there's quite a lot of uses for cabooses after they were retired in freight service. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's something a little different than what I usually do. So stay tuned for more videos like this. Subscribe if you haven't already. Smash the like button. Drop a comment if you know of any other cool uses that maybe I missed or haven't seen yet. And thanks for watching.